Hey guys, thank you so much for your patience. We're just going to get right into this. You are watching twitch.tv/Nick Tanella and also twitch.tv/LevelUpLive. This is Weds Night Fights. I am Dr. Stance. We're going to be doing something real special for you guys. I am sitting here. We all are. Turn on the candles, light some incense. Get ready, get sexy, because we have DS Stupendous sitting here.
Hey.
Thank you so much, Stupendous. So this is going to be the first in a series, probably like a monthly thing, where we're just going to do what we're calling a character clinic. And so first off, I'm going to get to know you, and because I want the audience to know you. So you are recently. So well, first off, tell us your name and a little bit about yourself, like actual life.
Life. Wow. Okay. My name is Frankie Lee Jr.
Bring this a little closer to your mouth.
Hello.
Okay, there you go.
My name is Frankie Lee Jr. I'm 32 years old. I have a job.
You do?
I work in the game industry.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'll say.
Okay. Yeah.
What else do you want to know about me?
Well, tell us a little. Hey, we're doing a thing. Don't leave us alone. So you recently got sponsored by Darksided.
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about that? Anything that's like not too secretive.
They're an Australian-based team.
Mm-hmm.
They want to branch out into North America.
Cool.
So they were looking for players and they found me.
Yeah.
They have a few other players in the Street Fighter genre. There's a Falco, and I should
some other people.
It's a ZG Nod.
Okay.
It's really hard to remember her name. I think it's ZG Nod. I'm sorry.
You haven't had the Darksided potluck yet, so
No,
we haven't
have not.
exchanged
No.
all the information there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But they also are in Halo, Hearthstone as well, and I think they're branching out into Counter-Strike.
That's awesome. I'm very happy. First off, when I saw them, I was like, oh, Australia. Then I was like, yeah, of course Australia's they have to have eSports. They got to have their thing too. Well, thank you so much for doing this. So I'm going to hand this to you just for a second. It's a thing, just in case we need to get into that. So let's just get into this. Your main is Zangief.
Yes.
Gief sucks. He's low tier. He has no tools. He's building a house with just a hammer. You've heard all these things. What is your response to that? So my question to you is, why Zangief? Why him?
He's actually a very, very fun character to play.
Yeah.
He's not a very technical character. He's a very fundamental character. Yes, he does lack some tools, but he also does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And he also has a very high-risk, high-reward type of mentality you have to play. So if you win with him, it's not because you won, because you outplayed him, because you knew some frame traps that a lot of people don't know. It's because you read your opponent and they jumped or they didn't jump and you grabbed them. And it feels really good, especially when you power drive them and they're in the air and then you kind of look at them and then you know that they're thinking that they messed up. It's like the best part. You have all the time in the world, so just twirl your thumbs when you power drive them. Just like, I got you.
And be real, honestly, like when you get all that, do you ever look at your opponent and be like, you friggin' idiot? Like, do you kind of relish in their loss, or
only sometimes?
Are you okay?
Only if I've been planning for that one moment. Because you can't just walk up and SPD someone. You kind of have to condition them in 4 or 5 attempts. And if you can condition them and then get them to do what you want, then it feels really good.
Okay.
But if they jump, then I feel really bad. Yeah.
Okay, so bearing all that in mind, all the information that you just given us, what is your approach to Gief? Like when you pick him up and and it's round 1 fight, is there anything that goes on in your mind that you can let us know?
So in my head, right, there's a tier list, right?
Oh, good. There's a tier list.
There's a tier list, right?
Good.
Zangief pretty much is not great against most of the cast. He's even with a fair amount of the cast, and he's positive against one person on the cast.
Who is that person?
Balrog. I think he's 5.5 against Balrog.
Okay.
But
so not by much. Okay.
Not much. But this is a theoretical tier list. There's 2 types of tier lists. There's a tier list where on paper this is how well a character should do, and this is how well a player should do. So I go in ham sometimes because I don't know how well they play. Mm-hmm. I know Zangief should lose this matchup, but what if that guy doesn't know? A 7-3 matchup can be a 0-10 because that guy doesn't know the matchup. Mm-hmm. So when I go in and I don't know the player, I kind of have to play a little safe. But if I know the player and I don't know that the player is able to punish Zangief, then I can go more ham. So basically, it's more of a, I have to feel the player out first to see if I can play them.
Okay. Would you mind going in and I guess pick your opponent of choice? Who do you think is the worst?
Probably Nash or Chun-Li.
Nash or Chun-Li?
Yeah. Mika's also pretty bad.
Oh, really?
Mika's also pretty bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just surprised to hear that because typically I typically hear people put Mika on like the favorable list in Gief's favor. What about Sim? What about Sim?
Sim's also bad, but there are ways to deal with Sim.
Okay. Then let's just go Chun-Li. I know, like for Chun-Li, since you mentioned her.
Okay, Chun-Li.
Yeah, Chun-Li.
All right.
So what I want to know is like the other question. So the big question, really like almost like the bottom line, but we'll just put this right in the middle of this, is what do you do? Like you personally, what do you do with Zangief that other people aren't doing? Why are you winning?
Okay, so
this guy wins with Gief, and nobody else wins with Gief.
so his best move in the game, his best move, is probably this move.
All right.
The flex, the parry, it absorbs on 1 frame, second 1 frame. It can absorb 2 hits, and it can absorb 2 more if you start walking. And if you're V-triggered, it can absorb 100. I've never tested it, but I saw it from a Capcom video.
Right.
The reason why this move is very good because it allows you to break your opponent's patterns and punish them accordingly. The bad part about it is it's a very hard move to use. I mean, it looks easy to use when I just do it, right?
For sure, yeah, just 2 buttons.
But in order to use it effectively, you have to know what your opponent is capable of, know what your opponent's character is capable of. So like, and every opponent should or technically does have a pattern, and you're supposed to abuse that pattern with either a flex or a read or whatnot. But if you're not able to pick that up, if you're not able to pick up the skill of reading your opponent or knowing what they can do, then this is pretty much useless.
Okay.
So this requires you to know A, the entire cast, and B, your opponent.
Where would you recommend people start? Would you, like in order to use that move so effectively, as you use it and as well as Gief players should be able to use it, would you say that we should start learning learning the entire cast, or like maybe learn Gief
so
first?
If you pick Zangief as your first character, you're gonna...
Sorry, that's an apology is really the first thing.
Oh, what is that? That's a tree. That's a tree.
Oh, that's you got a Stupendank.
Stupendank out here planting trees like
trees. We haven't even planted a tree yet.
Wow. Okay.
But you're an environmentalist.
So he doesn't have a lot of tools. He's not a very technical character. He's a very, I would say, simple character kind of. So there's not a lot of things he can do. So very quickly, you know what you can work with, right? Unless someone does something out of the blue that no one's ever seen, then that's something something for another day. But like mostly you only have like 2 moves, which is SPD, air SPD, which is the same move, running bear grab and lariat, and flex, I guess.
Right.
But and everyone else has like way more tools than you. So what you gotta figure out is because you don't have that many tools, you have to work on other things like fundamentals. Like if I played like Seth from Street Fighter 4, where he just goes ham, he does 50-50s all day, right? Then you're not really learning fundamentals. You're just learning combos and setups and whatnot. But Zangief doesn't really have too many setups. He doesn't have.
And since we actually when we do have, sorry for the people who are have been they've been playing Street Fighter for their entire lives. For the people who hear the word fundamentals and they want it applied to Zangief, can you explain what you mean?
So fundamentals is like, I got kicked. Oh, why did I get kicked? Oh, because he just pressed kick for no reason. But like another player, a person that understands this game will be like, oh, I got kicked. Did I get kicked for reals or was that random? Or because he knew I was walking forward and that's why he kicked me. So like, or like he punched me with that punch for the 8th time. I don't get it. How is he able to hit me 8 times with this punch button? Or I just beat someone with jab. How am I able to just beat someone with 1 button? Right? It's because I'm seeing something they don't. It's because they're jumping in, they're trying to get in, but they can't. So the way they see it will be like, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. Jab's broken. Light kick's broken. Fierce punch's broken. SP does too much damage, whatever. When it's really more like, why am I hitting you with a jab? Oh, it's because you ran into it for 8 times. Like, oh, it's because you dashed in and I jabbed you and SPD'd you afterwards. It's because you don't realize I'm looking for it. So these are like the small fundamental things that you gotta realize. And you know, like other than that, it's spacing. Like if I'm this close, I can roundhouse you, or maybe I can, right? If I'm this close, I can SPD you or make you jump, whatnot. It's little things that people have to play the game and experience before they realize what I'm talking about.
Okay. So could you show us if you have anything on deck? If you have, maybe you're just so good and so player versus player. Do you have any like Gief setups or like exercises that maybe the casual Gief or the competitive Gief at home could do? Like, what do you do that's sort of like your regimen? You know, like what are the things that you think of when it's just you're in the lab? What are the things on your mind?
First of all, you have to know how to do SPD.
Yes. Yeah.
SPD. Both sides too.
Yes. And
So,
yeah, counterclockwise and clockwise. Standing, not just the jumping in and then
right,
buffering.
Right. And some people don't know how to do SPDs actually. They think it's a 360. It's actually a 270. Well, it's actually, what's 45 minus 270? 225. So I hold back and I end up in the upper fourth corner. That's actually an SPD.
Okay.
What's actually hard to do, right, is doing SPD from a crouching position. That's actually pretty hard. But like I can't do it reliably. Another thing I like to practice on is combos, because Zangief only has like 3 combos.
Yeah.
So every time you do it, you have to reliably do it. Otherwise, you lose an opportunity. I actually double tap.
Yeah.
I double tap. I double tap that because.
And I just noticed that you actually double tap like not like I see people like 1, 2. I just noticed that you take one finger like that. Okay.
Yeah. I do jab, jab.
I'm sorry, I'm just noticing that. I know some people are like, oh, I know about double tapping, but like I'm just noticing because that's how I double tap as well.
Let me.
I'm also a Gief player. I'm just way less impressive.
so I do like that. Well, I hit 3 times. I hit kick 3 times, really? Okay, maybe I triple tap kicks. Maybe I triple
tap.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe because I'm lazy, but I like spamming with Zangief. And then when I do this, I usually spam this because like I'm warming up my hands. But that's not really anything
that's just
important. Yeah. I need to practice combos. Zangief has this really hard combo that I really like doing, but it's really hard to do. Because after this, right? He needs a quick get up. So after Fierce SPD, and only Fierce SPD, quick get up. He can do a 2-hit combo that you can confirm into super.
So Fierce SPD, there you go. Dash in.
There we go. And it has a chain. It can't be a link. It has to be a chain. So that's a combo I kind of practice every day because like what can you do from here? You can jump, you can SPD, you can whatnot, but most likely the opponent will be like, what can he do? He'll just jump. They'll just press a button. Especially Chun-Li, right? Wake up, cross jab 3 frames, right? So usually they don't respect Zangief, so they'll do something. And when they get hit by that jab into leg kick into super, it feels really good. So practice combos. All right, practice that. Practice meaties. Zangief doesn't have a lot of meaties, but he has some meaties. I like doing this. Cross jab, headbutt. 1 cross jab. And then it usually hits.
Was it 1 crouch jab?
Yeah. And then if it's a counter hit, you can link it to a roundhouse as well.
Okay. And then even like further if you have V trigger.
Yeah.
And then super, etc.
There are some setups that I'm still trying to figure out because Zangief has a lot of setups, but I don't think a lot of them are too great.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back to one of my initial questions. My question, it sounded rhetorical, but like really like the why do you win? Like what is it? So in your approach to let's just say like you have a Chun-Li opponent, like in fact I even heard Xian talk this week about like reducing a 50-50 situation into like a 70-30 your favor. Could you speak, if you have like a similar thing, could you speak to that?
Okay.
Like, what do you do because here's the thing. We count your SPDs. Every match on this stream, on that stream, you seem to land so many SPDs. How do you get yourself to that point, mentally or actually in the game, however you want to answer that?
So I usually, the 50-50 rule is very true for Zangief. Xian's 50-50 rule. Yes, I can SPD, and yes, you can jump. Yes, that's 50-50. But it's really not 50-50. It's more like I can SPD, but you can jump, you can backdash, you can DP. It's more like always I have not the advantage, right?
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I always play safe, right? I always do, do that first, right? Do this, hold back, see what they do, right? And then like maybe after I condition for a while, maybe I sense some fear, then I can go in, right? And after I go in, maybe I can go in some more. right? And also flexing into punish, that's like not even a risk. That's actually punishing. So that shouldn't be counted as like a 50-50, right?
Right.
But yeah, as a Zangief player, you can't just go in and be like, oh man, I'm just gonna SPD everyone to death. I see Stupendous do it, I'm gonna do it. It doesn't work that way. You gotta really understand your opponent, figure them out in the first round, figure them out in the second round. Like, I might get perfect in first round, but you know what? I might.
You've collected that data.
I might collect some data.
Yeah.
I might realize that, hey, I know how you play now.
Stu, I kind of want to ask you a question on that same line of thought. Is when you fight somebody that you've already, maybe let's say you know they're good already.
Okay.
Do you purposely do the risky options first because you think, like, is that part of the mind? Because a lot of the times I'll see you do the running bear grab a lot, straight, right up front. But here you're saying, oh, do the non-risky option first. That's a pretty risky option.
That depends on how well you know your opponent. Like, do you think your opponent likes to hold up or hold up back? Do you think your opponent likes to backdash or press a button? Most of the time, people get hit by the running bear grab, unless they're scared already. And if they're already scared, that means they're constantly jumping. And if they're constantly jumping, I ain't gonna do running bear grab.
All right.
So, again, I'm just gonna have you reiterate. So, like, again, how would you, if you had to like write a prescription, how would you write a prescription to instill fear? How do you instill that fear into your opponent? Like, if you know nothing else about them, you just want them scared.
So, in order to scare your opponent, you gotta make sure you're winning the match first of all, and you gotta walk them into the corner, and you gotta make sure they stay in the corner. Because once you get someone into the corner like this, they have to get out, right? Unless they want to be in the corner for some reason. So they'll either jump over you, they'll dash up and throw you. So once you walk them into the corner, you have to start looking for other things. Make sure they don't get out. And once they're stuck in the corner, you might be able to smell fear. And make sure you're beating them with buttons, right? Make sure whatever they're pressing, you're not getting hit by it, and instead you're doing damage to them. So number one, you're walking them into the corner, and number two, they might realize that's too late. And that's the part number one. But number two, they're losing more life than you, and they don't know why. Because you're beating them in a neutral, which is a fundamental thing. Right? So number one, you're beating them fundamentally, and you're beating them, and they don't know why. And then they're scared. What was the question again?
How do you instill fear?
All that.
All that.
Walk them in the corner, do some damage, make sure you're winning. Like, Chun-Li has the advantage by far in this game, right? But what if you're kicking her butt? Like, what if you SPD her 3 times, right? You're winning, you're pushing her to the corner. She'll be scared. And when they're scared, they might start doing something reckless, and that's what you want. They might start working up EX bird kick, and then you just crush counter in the roundhouse. That's basically it, I think. You just gotta hold your ground and make sure you're not losing.
Just walk forward.
Yeah.
Corner them.
And as Zangief, you're gonna fight a lot of matches where you're just gonna feel like you can't do anything.
Yeah.
And that's when the opponent can smell fear, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
So that's really
okay. So then, good. So counter to my first question, then how do you remain fearless in a terrible matchup like this? Like, even if you have like a personal regimen, even if it's just like something as silly as, well, not silly, but even if it's something as like meditation or something like that, like, how do you remain fearless when you know it's like one of these matchups is like 7-3 or 6-4 or something like that?
It's not really a fearless thing. Zangief really suffers more from frustration than fear.
Okay.
Like, sometimes Zangief feels like he can't do anything. How do I beat this fierce punch? How do I beat a character that runs away all day? You just gotta remind yourself, like, hey, you can do this. You just gotta look for the pattern. You just gotta find out what they're doing and how they're getting away. And that's not really the easiest thing to find either. So it's a patient thing, and it's a fundamental thing.
Okay.
There's no easy way to this.
If I may, because we don't want to keep this too long. Again, we just wanted this to, I wanted to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. I wanted to hear it from the best Zangief at Wednesday Night Fights. You, not me. You. So if you wouldn't mind, just we're going to start wrapping things up. Could you kind of go through, and I want to talk about or have you talk about some of the buttons, like his normals. How are people? Because I see people misuse his normals quite a lot. I see like a lot of, like mid screen or far screen, fierce punches, a lot of whiffs from other players. So how would you describe each button, each normal, like in the most optimal way? Or what would be the most optimal use?
Crouch jab is good for checking people, making sure they're sticking out. It's probably the best jab in the game, I think.
Yeah.
Because it reaches like really far, and it has, I want to say, high priority because it reaches so far. It can interrupt a lot of moves, and when people try to dash in, you just jab them, jab check them, and SPD them.
I think, and I'm just going to add to that. I think that's a really good. I think that's a fantastic note because I think some people are confused. They see the jab and they're like, they're so pestered, and they think it's like a pestering damage. But no, exactly what you said. It's just like it just kind of keeps them in check, keeps from advancing. Anybody's trying to dash in on you,
and
go for it.
And if I could jab someone to death, I would.
I think we've seen that already. I think you've already done that actually.
But sometimes that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Like if they want to play heavy footsies and all you can do is jab, then that's what you got to do. Because it's so good, why not, right? Stand jab, it's a great anti-air. Like a lot of the casts, he also has a stand jab that can anti-air. I think it can hit us back. I think it can hit him behind him too sometimes. Sometimes,
not like Birdie's crouching medium punch,
no,
but maybe like to like this range.
Yeah. So if they jump at you, that usually is the easiest anti-air. Not the best though. It's not the best.
Yeah.
But if you do that, you get a mix-up. You get a mix-up where they land in front of you and you do whatever you want. Or you get a mix-up dash under them, get a mix-up, confuse them, SPD them, whatever. That's that. You got light kick. Light kick, every time you light kick them, it kind of extends you in.
Yeah.
Like if you do a move, it extends you in. So that's why people are able to link a light kick into lariat or light kick into super. If you can chain light kick into super, you can do it from any range. Like if I can light kick super from this range, if you could.
Oh. There you go.
Crouch light kick. It's a 4-frame startup. It links in the crouch jab, so you can use that with retrigger to prevent people from jumping. I like to do this in SPD to catch people from jumping. It's a risk, but it's worth. I think it's worth it sometimes.
Yeah, but you make those guesses sometimes.
Crouch medium punch. I don't have too many uses for crouch medium punch actually. I should probably find out some, but I do know that you can link this into critical art. You can link this into. There it is. I don't think I see too many people do that. Do they do that? No, they don't do that. Yes, they do. Yes.
Yeah, they do, especially on a body splash. Yeah.
Like that. There we go. There we go. That's a combo.
Yeah.
That's that. Oh, chop is pretty good. I actually don't use it enough.
Yeah. Actually, tell us about that chop because chop was also like one of his best buttons in 4.
Yes.
As well.
I actually don't know the data on it, so. But
well, that's all right. We don't need to talk about frames or anything. It's just.
I do know that it can interrupt a lot of normals, and on counter hit it can link into V-trigger.
Yeah.
Just like the medium kick. The medium kick on counter hit also links into V-trigger, which sometimes when I have V-trigger, you might see me do this sometimes. Right? I'm basically buffering into V-trigger. If they get hit by it and it's not a counter hit, then I'll just hold the V-trigger so I don't get punished.
Sure.
But if it's counter hit and a V-trigger comes out, then they're gonna eat the whole V-trigger. Same for medium punch. What else is there? Crouch medium kick.
You know what I don't see people do from 4. From 4, every Gief player abused the crouching medium kick just to get just into range and then SPD. I don't see that anymore in 5. Maybe a couple times, but.
I think hop kick's better to get in.
Yeah.
You want to hop kick in, but the problem with hop kick is it is kind of reactable. If they're looking for it, they can react to it.
Yeah, I see a lot of people jump or whatever.
Yeah.
Or backdash.
Or you can punish with a move, actually. I think it's like minus. It's minus enough where they can push a button and hit you into a combo. And if they block it, it's -3, which is not that great. Pierce Punch, one of his best moves, I think.
Yeah.
It absorbs upper body hit, so you can get swept or whatnot. You can also get crush countered while you're holding this, which sucks. But it's great for punching through fireballs because you want to absorb the fireball hit and punch it. If you hold it long enough, it punches farther.
And it goes and also gives like a knockdown and stuff.
Knocks them down, yeah.
What would be the best time to use this move?
This or holding it?
Let's talk about both.
Use this when you want to when they're pressing buttons for no reason.
Okay.
Or when you know your Fierce Punch can beat them. Like this will beat a fireball. This will beat random buttons sometimes. You have to make sure that their button's not better than yours though. Like Chun-Li's Fierce will beat me all the time. I also do it after this. I missed.
You're not as good as you said we were.
Wow, I'm bad at this game. All right, third time's a charm. Third time's a charm.
There you go.
There you go.
Right, right.
So that holding the fierce punch does as much stun, I think, as an air SPD.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yes. It does less damage, but it does more damage than a fierce punch roundhouse or a lariat after that ender.
Or a headbutt? What about a headbutt?
It does more damage than a headbutt.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. You won't get the same setup, but if you need that much more damage and you don't want to waste meter, then you do that. If you need the same stun as the EXSPD, but you don't want to waste meter, then you do the charge fierce punch. It has to be a charge fierce punch.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I plink it when I do that too. I plink it. That's the only button I plink. That's the only time I plink with Zangief. Just do that.
Oh, really? And you're plinking? Okay, I see where you're plinking with the medium punch as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, we're gonna close this out after I have 2.5 more questions.
We've also got some questions from the stream.
Oh, okay. Actually, let's do
Stupendous.
those. Let's do those before I close it out.
I'm going to pull them over here, and then if you want to just read them.
Yes, we will. We will absolutely. Let's read some Twitch chat. It's not showing up. We will read some questions, or if you just want to read them to us. That's Nick Tanella, by the way, speaking.
Okay, so the first one is, what kind of hair products do you use? People want to know what glistening, how you get your hair to be so beautiful.
So now we got a hair clinic. All right. Clinique, really.
I don't know if the shampoo or the conditioner matter, but I think what matters is that you brush your hair to keep out the tangles, keep it straight, and maybe put some serum or oil on it to keep the
what?
Serum or oil to keep the serum to keep the
like what made Captain America
to keep the edges from being frizzled or dry.
That's actually good.
You heard it from the man, guys. The man
I'll never have any use for that.
Yeah, you're screwed.
But I just came from the shower, so.
Do you always come to a WNF shower?
Most of the time.
Okay, that's why it's looking so extra gorgeous when you come through.
Yeah, it's also very aromatic.
My hair is still wet.
It's very aromatic. Yeah. I'm sitting right here. I can.
You can smell it?
It's good. Yeah, yeah. Well, I have great olfactory senses.
So to answer the question, I'm using Nexus right now. Nexus products.
Nexus products.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay,
guys.
okay.
All right, so the next one was
not an endorsement
Tatsu
of
Shoryu.
Okay, Justin, what's up?
Oh yeah, does Nexus sponsor Dark
No,
Side?
no. It's not an endorsement at all. What's up, Justin?
So the next one was from Tatsu Shoryu, and he was asking, what do you think of the Gief versus Sim matchup going from the original matchup in Street Fighter 2 to the one in Street Fighter 5? Like, through all the ages, has it changed? How has it evolved? What do you think of the matchup now in Street Fighter 5?
I don't remember Street Fighter 4. I don't remember Street Fighter 4.
Let's just omit it. Omit it entirely from the pantheon.
I don't remember how Dawson was in Street Fighter 4. Oh, wait, he had a... Because, like, there was Street Fighter 4 Vanilla, Super AE, AE 2012, Ultra, and each matchup was actually different for Zangief.
I guess if we're on 4, let's just talk about Ultra, because that's the finished version, I guess.
Ultra, Zangief got worse in terms of the Dawson matchup because his green hand got shortened.
Yeah.
So he had this OS that he would be able to do on every time he SPD Dawson, where he can always green hand and get in. And now he no longer had that, so it made it a lot harder. Okay. But in Street Fighter 5, whoa, look at that, L'Oreal.
There you go. With Jared Padalecki.
Don't let me distract you. Finish your top.
But Street Fighter 5, it feels like it's even harder to get in because he has that fireball that arcs. And an arcing fireball is actually harder to get in than a straight fireball. Yep. It's kind of, to me, it feels similar to Tolkien's air fireball, where you can't really jump into it and you can't really walk into it because Zangief is so big.
Right.
So that's a big problem that Zangief has, that he can't get around the fireball. So I can't really complain or say which is harder.
Okay. Any more from Twitch chat?
Do you agree that the Sim versus Gief matchup in Street Fighter 5 is 5 versus 5 to 5? You think it's even?
Who said
Definitely
that?
Not even.
Okay.
Who said that?
Heard through the pipeline, maybe some people saying that.
It is at least 6-4.
Okay.
At least.
In Dawson's favor.
Still Dawson's favor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, and then the last question was, a lot of people were wondering, from the opposite side of the perspective, how does one beat Zangief? How do you go about approaching beating Zangief? What are his weaknesses? How do you get him to stop doing what he's doing?
Do I want to answer that question?
You want
as little or as much
him
as
to
you
expose himself to give away all this
little or
tech?
as much as you want.
Tell
this
people
anti-stupendous tech?
How to beat Zangief? Wow.
Maybe
do you?
Maybe the people don't even really want the answer to that question because they don't want to see you lose.
I don't want to lose. I don't want to betray Zangief here. I don't think I want to answer that.
Okay.
I
No,
respect
it's fine.
that. No, I respect that.
Honestly, that's fine. That's fine. You're a competitor. You're
Damn,
sponsored.
my whole plan to bring all the specialists over here and get them to expose their secrets is now.
I mean, he's not doing too great, so if it doesn't take much to beat Zangief. How about that? It doesn't take
Let's just
much
say that,
to beat
yeah.
him at all.
Yeah. So okay. So well, thank you guys. So I got before we sign off, I want to ask 2 questions. All right. One, well, really a suggestion. Could you give the audience some homework for all the Gief players out there? What would you send them home to do tonight and every night, really? Like if you just had to boil it down.
Some homework, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Here's a good
Give
one.
them some homework. Give them some homework, really.
Okay. Play some games, ranked or not, and don't use SPD.
Don't use SPD.
Don't use SPD. All right. A good Zangief can win without using SPD. You are basically winning with buttons. Buttons on buttons all day. Right? And if you can do that, that means your fundamentals are not bad. But if you have to rely on jumping in and going for big damage and big combos, then if you rely on that, then I would say you should try relying on something else and see how that works.
Okay, I like that a lot. I don't know what I was expecting, but I really love that. I mean, that's fantastic. That got really loud, Nick. We're gonna work on that. So my next question to you is, what would you in the future versions of this game or like the next patch or whatever? What would you like to see Gief get? Either up or down, nerf or buff. What is your Zangief wish list?
His SPD should be a full screen command grab.
A full screen command grab.
Ground.
Give him the cuffs. Give him like the
Gao handcuffs.
Yep.
Right. His Lariat should shoot fireballs both ways. It should give him a gun.
A gun?
Gun. His flexing should be automatic, without any button presses and without animation, and it does not take great health. And his jab should kill. One hit kill.
I mean, agreed. I mean,
then
duh.
I think he'll be balanced with the rest of the cast.
All right.
Give Zangief a 3-frame jab.
No, man. Why would you ruin it? He's already got a
dude.
gun now. Now he's got a gun. He doesn't need a 3-frame jab, and he's nothing. He doesn't even need command grab. He just
3-frame gun.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm fine with that answer. So, guys, thank you so much. This has been our very first character clinic. We're gonna do this, I mean, periodically, and we'll let you guys know with enough notice, ample time beforehand. But again, thank you, Stupendous, Frankie. I really appreciate it.
Stu, where can we find you?
Yeah, please give us plug.
And your Twitch channel.
Plug away.
You can find me on Twitter at @DS_stupendous. And my Twitch channel is Happy Stupendous. I just started streaming last Friday. I think I streamed 3 times already, and I plan on streaming either tomorrow or Friday again.
Do you have a schedule, or is it just sort of?
Right now, currently, it's no schedule.
Okay.
Because it's kind of a new thing. It's kind of see if I want to have fun with it or not.
But if you follow, you can just turn those notifications on. Keep it safe. It's a safe option. All right. Well, again, thank you so much. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. You are watching twitch.tv/leveluplive and twitch.tv/Nick Tenella. Watch both for all of Wednesday Night Fights. We're going to take a quick break. Guys, thank you so much. We'll see you soon.